Hi everyone, my name is Jordan and this is my summary of learning video for the course. I'm going to talk about some knowledge that I had coming into the course and how this changed over time. I'll also highlight one key topic that I found really interesting in the course, and then finally I'll have a little slide on some reflection on how the course interacted with my own personal life. So prior to coming into the course, I had a basic knowledge of the work generation theories that we talked about, neoclassical, Keynesian, feminist, and Marxist, but I didn't really understand their relevance in modern discourse surrounding employment. So I found it very interesting that we were using these very traditional theories to explain how work was generated in different historical contexts. And I think the policy brief was one assignment that really highlighted the relevance of these theories in uh, modern discourse surrounding work, because it really challenged sort of the narratives that, Marxism, for instance, is old and outdated, but people still look towards it to base their claims. So I found that the policy brief assignment really sort of helped me, I guess, visualize how these theories are still very relevant today. And just as an example, when we were talking about neoclassical economics, I thought that in particular was important because it allowed me to critically analyze current political developments through the lens of these theories instead of moral claims. So, for instance, with Doug Ford and all of the cuts that are going on, I think the course was really important for me because a lot of mainstream media, they will base their claims against Doug Ford on moral grounds, but being able to see his legislation and his agenda through the lens of neoclassical theory sort of gives a completely different side of what he's talking about. So I thought that was really interesting. So this was one topic that I found very interesting in the course. In our discussion of artificial intelligence, I understood that machines could perform logistical tasks, but I didn't really understand that it's progressed to a point where it's impacting sectors that require social intelligence. So I thought that was very eye-opening for me. And then also, when we watched the video of the Amazon facility and just seeing how manufacturing processes have changed so much, it really put into context how traditional workers are being displaced, and the idea of the factory worker from the 20th century is almost a thing of the past. And then the second point on that is how mobile the workforce has to be. So I was very interested in learning how the next generation of workers are basically going to be trained to design, develop, and maintain machines. And I thought that was a very interesting topic that we covered in the course. And finally, the course definitely had an impact on my own personal life. So as the course progressed, and I'm sure as other people can attest, we started searching for summer employment opportunities, and I found myself paying attention to details of the job market more than I usually would. So, for example, I hopped on Indeed and was just looking for summer student jobs in Peterborough, and you see the overflow of service sector jobs, and it really just put into perspective when we were talking about how there really is no shortage of service sector jobs, but to try and find one that utilizes your degree or your particular skill set is very difficult. And I think the course also influenced my navigations into post-grad career considerations. So just browsing the job projection report and then also doing some outside research and talking to people in my particular field on what the future looks like. So I've been accepted to teachers college, so I've been talking to a lot of teachers about when they went into teachers college, what kind of the booms and busts of retirement and how that will affect me going forward. So I think the course overall gave me a really good grip on uh, historically how work was generated, but then also what employment looks like moving into the future.